All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know me, I like watches a lot. In fact, I've got about 4 or 5 watches on my watch wish list. I've got 3 watches in my house. Only 3! What an impoverished fellow you are, McMahon. And, well, one, I do have a 4th watch, but it's in a rabbit hole somewhere in New Jersey. It's a Seiko 42mm Captain Willard. This is an MM300 SLA023 blue dial. Pretty blingy, but you know what? I gotta keep it. It's too nice. It's just too nice. And I got 2 watches with the same movement, 8L35, and very accurate. And the accuracy has spoiled me. Really nice watches have spoiled me. What's a really nice watch? That's all relative. For me, a really nice watch, you know, this is $2,700. That's like crazy money for me, from my little suburban home in Torrance. And I rebought a watch, the 061. It's a MM200, and I sent it to Carlos, have him check it out. He was either going to buy it or sell it, and he said it was too big for him, so I guess he's going to sell it. If he can't sell it, I'll just have him send it back to me, and I'll sell it myself. But the point is this kind of ruined me, because when I got the 061 back, I wasn't feeling it. It's a nice watch for its own thing, but compared to this, I couldn't keep it. So I guess I've been ruined in a way. Honestly, the watches that I want now are Citizen. There's a lot of Citizen watches that I like right now that are on my wish list. I'm just doing my best not to buy them. For those of you who like me have your brain hijacked by watches, maybe you'll relate to this. I almost look at spending money on watches like crazy tax. It's like, oh, you got the watch crazy in your brain, so you're gonna buy watches, and more often than not, you're gonna flip them, and you're gonna lose money, and or you'll convince yourself that you, quote, need a certain watch, and then you won't need it, and you're gonna sell it and lose money. And I just think that for those of us who share this watch disease, we have what I call crazy tax, crazy watch tax. And speaking of Citizen, the Citizen Service Center is 2.2 miles from my house. Can you believe it? 190th in Torrance. It's like 2 miles from my house. I could walk there. I could walk with my Citizen needing, hello, I'm your neighbor. Here, work on the Citizen. Meanwhile, I got this Seiko has to go 5,000 miles to a Japan service center in Japan. So that's crazy. So I've been thinking about watches lately in a certain context. I've been thinking about watches and showing off. And I don't think I'm a watch show off. I have probably been guilty of it. You know, wanting the big oversized bling watches. I went through that phase. Masculine peacock strutting. And I don't think I'm there right now. But I almost wish I were. Hey, look, here's the thing, man. If you and I were buying watches to show off, to be blinged out, the cure for that would be pretty simple. You know, work on your self-esteem and your self-confidence, and find real ways to be useful in this world, and you won't need to show off. But I don't think that those of us who are bit by the watch disease and who have to pay watch tax because we're crazy, I don't think our watch attraction is limited to bling or showing off or boasting. I think we have a genuine problem that goes deeper than that, that's honestly unexplainable, because I've told you guys this before. I don't occupy a lot of public spaces. And I don't need to curate an image for the public eye, really. I mean, I'm pretty basic. Give me a black t-shirt, a pair of jeans, and a decent watch, and just stay in relatively good condition. I mean, I want to be in condition. A lot of you guys know I'm 60, which is very humbling to be 60. And, you know, I'm on a muscle maintenance program now. I used to want to build up a 20-inch bicep and everything that I just want to maintain now. I eat about 150 grams of protein a day, and I take about 5 grams of creatine before I work out to get that little extra jolt, little aggression, little more pump. You know, creatine though puts on water weight, but so be it. It's a price I pay. Probably puts on about 5-6 pounds of water weight on you. That's okay. That's fine. Little creatine, little protein there, 150 grams, maintain. And I'm 60. I just don't get the watch thing, man. What am I doing? I love them. I love looking at them. It's a tax though. It's like watch tax. And so I've been thinking a lot about watches in the context of showing off. And I got to tell you guys the truth. I've been writing a book about wisdom in the context of showing off. And wisdom, for me, comes from the greatest TV show I ever saw in my life. And when I say the greatest, I mean in terms of influencing me. This is a TV show I watched when I was 11. And it's called Kung Fu. And Kane would be at the Shaolin Temple, and he would get there would be flashbacks to him getting words of wisdom from Master Po. And I got to tell you, man, 50 years later, I still hear the words of Master Po in my head. And you know, and Master Po tells me, you know, showing off and boasting and trying to curate some amazing image is really just a sign of impoverishment. And of course he tells it to me, and I'm not going to imitate his voice. That's not happening right now. But I've been writing down words of wisdom from Master Po, at least one a day. I've written about 40 of them on Google Docs here, and I got almost 100 pages. I think in a few months I'm going to be done, and I'm going to write a collection of them, you know, the wisdom of Master Po. Maybe I'll look for a publisher, maybe I'll self-publish it, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm really enjoying it. And Master Po has a lot of wisdom. You know, there were other mentor figures on TV. There was Tutor Turtle. He had Mr. Wizard the Lizard. He was a wise sage. But he didn't influence me as much as Master Po. And then there was a strange character named Gazoo. And I thought for many years that Gazoo was a wise man, but he actually is a trickster. He's crazy. He gets Fred Flintstone and Barney into big trouble. But he fascinates me. But of all the characters that have influenced me on TV, it's Master Po. And, you know, Master Po, man, I would always have conversations with him. When I was in high school, I was a know-it-all. And I was an Olympic weightlifter, and I'd go to the weight room where the football team was playing, and no savvy, man. There's these football players, you know, I'm a junior, and these seniors, football players are working out, and I'm looking at the gym, and I'm criticizing. It doesn't meet my specs for Olympic weightlifting. I remember the linebacker, he listened to me make this long criticism of the weight room at Castro Valley High School in 1978, and he just looks at me, and I can't even repeat the language, but I'll just tone the language down. He said, "Hey McMahon, is someone paying you to be a moron? Are you just doing volunteer work?" Boom. And everyone laughed, and it was really funny what he said, and he knew me. It was cool. But, you know, I learned, and Master Po could articulate this for me, that in life, you may think you're smart, and that the sounds of your criticism may be like music to your ears, but to other people, your words sound like crass ignorance and social ineptitude. And I wrote that down, and I go, oh yeah, Master Po's talking to me again. And there was this other thing that I used to do. My mom used to subscribe to Cosmopolitan magazine. I'd check it out. And there was a feature called Bachelor of the Month. And there'd be some dude, you know, international traveler, rich. He'd always have these high cheekbones. And, you know, the thing about being a bodybuilder is you can change your body with weights. You can't really change your face unless you lose weight to chisel your face up. But I used to suck my cheeks in to get the high cheekbone effect. And, you know, I did it all day, and I would bite my cheeks and everything. And it got to the point where some of the dudes, and thank God they did it good-naturedly, but you know, I'd be strutting, doing the bodybuilding walk, you know, chest out, arms out, lats out, and you know, my cheeks sucked in, and a lot of dudes, they would mock me, and oh, here comes McMahon, and, you know, and I deserve that mockery. And as I look back, Master Poe would tell me, you know, that kind of boasting is a sign of impoverishment. And so I've been thinking about boasting and impoverishment, and really a sign of what Master Poe would say is that if you want to be wealthy, you know, you're useful to others. You got to make yourself useful, and that's trying to teach my daughters that. They're so interested in TikTok and everything, trying to tell them to be useful in this world. And I've been thinking a lot about being a YouTuber. I'm not really a true YouTuber. I mean, a true YouTuber, you know, it's a big production, and but there's a lot of YouTubers out there. It's just a self-curation. You know, this sort of social influencing thing. You're just you're curating yourself. You're really not being useful. That doesn't interest me in the slightest. And back to watches. You know, I love watches so much, but I think it's beyond boasting. I just love them, and I got to pay watch tax, man. So I'm writing a Master Poe line of wisdom with a story every day. I'll keep you guys updated on that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm out.